Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today we have a special invitation. We have our sister from DCCI Ministry. She's going to make a call with me, and usually I don't really accept to speak out of my channel, but because they contacted me a long time ago, and I said then yes, so I have to keep my promise. Uh, So they will contact me soon. I think she will be with the other brother, with her. Uh, and I think all of you, you know her. She is a speaker corner. She is a very brave woman. And they choose a topic which is about the paradise in Islam. And for me, I don't really care what the topic is. I do not need anyone to tell me what is the question. They can ask whatever they want. So, if for those who like to support this ministry, DCCI ministry, they are based in England. Maybe you can even join them in some activities. They go to speaker corners in England, and they are very active people. So please invite your friends, and soon we will be with the brothers and sisters from the speaker corners. Is my voice coming good, guys? Is my voice good? Is it low? Is it high? Let me know, please. Yeah, always support the good ones. You do not need invitation, right? I mean, when you see somebody doing a good work, you do not need somebody to tell you we need to support them, right? So this is you do not need to wait for me to say this is the right thing to do. You know better than me. So the whole purpose of what we do is sharing knowledge and to arm Christians with the questions, answers, and questions which no Muslim can answer. So Muslims, they have a questions for us, and somebody have to answer them. And not only Muslims, I mean atheists, etc. So we as a Christians, we cannot just be just Christian by name and say, okay, I have a faith and I don't care what people are asking for. You can do that, but I mean, you have a duty in this life is to save people, not only just to be selfish and to be saved yourself. So we have always a duty, and if we don't practice our duty, then we are not really being Christians. All right. And always, by the way, like there is always I say to my admins, if a Muslim want to debate me, please verify that he is a real person, and which mean I say always I want a scholar, a sheikh, a big shot. And then my admins, they send me a link of a guy, a kid who created this chat. They are not listening. When we ask for Facebook, we do not want Facebook. This is not the point. Otherwise, he can create a. We wanted to verify who is this person. Is he worth it? Not a guy he created Facebook and you send me his Facebook, says this is the guy I want to debate you. All right. So if you want to bring me someone, he have a Facebook, we check his page to see maybe he's a sheikh, he's a shaky, he's a belly dancer. Who is he? Not a guy he just opened a Facebook 2 hours ago and he sent you a link. What I will do with the link? My voice is cutting out. Okay, let me switch my internet. So and that make it kind of hard. Okay, what about now? Is it better now? Okay. Well, I hope it's going to be good now. Let's see here. All right. And Muslims, they when they defend Islam, they have the right to defend Islam, no problem. But our duty here is to show that Muslims, when they defend Islam, they prove Islam to be false. I never saw a Muslim really is smart to debate Islam or to prove Islam to be correct. The Muslims, they take advantage of you, of not knowing, and this is the only chance they have. They can make a point against you. Like, let us make it simple. If you are an ignorant, anyone can beat you up. You know what I mean? When you are an ignorant, anyone can beat you up. So it's not really about Islam is good or not. Anyone, a person who worship a tree, he can beat you up if you are an ignorant. So this is what the Bible says, that my people be destroyed because of their ignorance. So when you are having an ignorance, you have a big problem. It's like you are sick, and we need to fight ignorance. This is the problem. The whole world is suffering from that. People die because of disease. What disease is? Disease that us, we are ignorant about how to fight it. Not long time ago, people used to die by flu by millions. Almost the whole earth was demolished by flu. It's just a stupid flu. But because we do not know how to fight this very simple, tiny virus, people die by millions. Ignorance. Today, flu is not a big problem. And Islam is no better, no different. So you need to learn about your weakness, your ignorance. And again, if there is any Muslim want to debate me, you are more than welcome. But I don't want to debate kids, because we cannot call it a debate. Or Muslims calling me like this guy in the text. His name is Fahim. Do you see this guy Fahim? If you click at his page, you will see a guy. He is like 55 years old. Last time he called me, he played for me a love song. Do you believe it? I mean, if you click at this guy image, he is maybe 55, 60 years old, and he called me, he played for me love songs. So we don't want to waste our time with kids. So when we say a Muslim want to debate me, give us your Facebook to verify, not that you have a Facebook, as some of our my admins, they think like I'm asking for a Facebook. I'm not asking for a Facebook. Facebook is just a way to see who is he, not a guy who made a Facebook 2 hours ago and you sent him to me. We need to be sure that this guy, he claimed to be a big shot, like he is Zakir Naik, he is Shish Kebab, he is Shabir Ali, not a kid. He made the Facebook 2 hours ago and you posted for me. So we don't want to waste our time with those idiots. Uh, Otherwise, all Muslims are welcome to prove Islam to us. All of the Muslims. But I don't want to waste your time. Explain 48:9. Okay. There's nothing out of the topic, but because today we are a guest, I don't control the topic. I don't know what they will talk about. We will see. Their title says paradise, so I don't know. We will see. Your Facebook last day upload about 92 ministers sentenced to death by Islam of Afghanistan. I did not post anything in my Facebook, Mr. August. If people they posted there, that's not me. It's not me who posted. about Afghanistan. I never posted about Afghanistan. Yeah, the storm yesterday passed, and later I found out that this storm happened because Shaitan, he heard the prayer of Allah. If you remember, the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, he said when Shaitan he heard the prayer of the Muslims, uh, he fought, and looked like there was a lot of Muslims yesterday were praying very hard, and Shaitan was farting left and right and right. So I was like, I wasn't sure really why the wind is so strong, and the wind like smells something fishy about it, and it sounds like a thunder, to be honest with you, but it turned to be not a thunder, to be the fart of Shaitan. Hmm? And here we go, the hayat in front of you. And for sure, the Prophet, he never lie. The Prophet, he never lie. Yeah, proven to be true, by the way. It's true story. Anyway, guys, invite your friends. We are waiting for our the team from the speaker corner to call me, and we will go from there. And don't invite me to speak on your channel, please, because as I said, I don't like interview style, and I told them already, don't interview me, don't ask me questions about myself. I am no one. Did you watch the movie? It's called My Name Is Nobody. He abundant love, Arabian Prophet, he lied. He says the earth is flat. Me said I said that. Hello?
Hello, peace of Christ be with you, sir. How are you?
Hey, sister, peace of Christ with you.
So you are on our live stream.
All right.
I'm just going to ask a very practical question. Are you okay to be recorded in this live stream?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, because we do have lots of issues with YouTube. People who comes our live stream complains about their privacy. So therefore, I am asking you if you are okay to be recorded.
Well, why somebody want to come and live stream, but he don't want anyone to hear him? I mean,
I know. No, they want to be heard, but in somehow towards end, soon after our video finishes, YouTube sends a message to say you recorded the people who didn't want to be recorded.
Yeah,
so
right. No,
therefore I am
you
asking
can record
you.
me 24 hours, 7 days a week, no problem.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Don't call me sir. Why you call me sir?
I don't know you that much.
Yeah, this is the first time actually. This is the first time we talk. You text me before, but we never talked before. I mean,
yes. Yeah. I don't know your favorite color. Do you have favorite color?
I like the color which Prophet Muhammad he like only.
Green.
No, Prophet Muhammad he like red.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Okay. I am disappointed to hear that you are taking Muhammad as an example.
No, I'm not taking him as an example. I'm just joking.
I know.
All right.
So I'm just trying to share you on my live stream. So.
All right.
Christian friends. So plan is for tonight is overall just talk about Islamic paradise and what Islamic paradise offers to Muslim men. Are you okay with the topic?
Sure, anything. You do not need to tell me what the topic. Just ask me the question. What do you want?
You are not as kind as me.
Yeah, anything you want. Just ask me whatever you want, and I will be happy to answer.
Okay, so I read your books. I think it was last year on sex and Allah.
Mm-hmm.
I must say it was sadly very funny, but it was sad because life of Islam looks very funny, yet it is sad.
Yeah.
So why did you write those two books?
Well, people needed, I always do what people ask me for. So I noticed that people, they are asking for some reference in their hand, and this is a book specified, like the specialty about it. It's about sexuality in Islam. So anyone wanna do research, even if you want to do academic search, he will find a great reference about this topic in such two books. So now
So
you do not need
what
to
I have
go
done was,
through like tons of books to find some restaurant, like some reference. So I made them easy, and I did not put everything there. I put what is enough to prove a point.
so I've done something very practical. I am not Arabic speaker. I am from Turkey,
All right,
and I went to mosque and I took your book with me. I think it was volume 1,
all right.
and I wanted imam from the mosque to just tell me what was happening in one of the hadith.
Mm-hmm.
It is the hadith when wife is beaten, her skin is greener than her dress, and Muhammad says you need to sorry for the language,
Taste. I will say it. Don't say it. Taste her.
Yeah.
You have to taste his juice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I took that to mosque,
Hmm.
and imam told me actually that's not in hadith.
Really?
And then I was asking, are you sure? And then he said, no, it's not in hadith. I found the Arabic version hadith and I took the physical copy to imam, and he started telling me actually that is wrong translation.
Okay. What is the correct translation?
So correct translation was actually supposed to be if just a marriage, not the zawaj. Word is zawaj.
What's the word?
So he told me there are two words in Arabic. One of them is nikah, other one is zawaj.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me the word which is in that hadith is zawaj.
What is the word he says it is zawaj? What is the word he's saying?
Marriage. It needs to be marriage. So he's just simply saying, go and marry with this guy to go back to your first husband.
Well, we can go right now and we can read the hadith. Let us go there. And I will use the Muslim translation.
Yeah.
So they will not say, he is using his own translation, right? I mean, there's no excuse after that. This is the hadith I'm going to share. I can send you the link actually in Skype. I don't know if you can open it there. Let me share it with you.
Okay, I'm not very good with technology, so you need
No
to
problem.
be.
I will
kind.
read it. I will read
Be
it.
kind to me.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. It says here, Rifa divorced his wife, whereupon Abu Abdurrahman, etc., married her. So there's a guy, he divorced a woman. His name is Rifa. The other guy, his name Abu Abdurrahman, he married her. One day, this woman, she came to her to Aisha, as she complained that her husband did beat her until he made her skin greener than her clothes. And then Muhammad, he came and he asked what's happening. So she said to him the story that her husband did beat her. Then Abu Abdurrahman, he heard that she went to Muhammad. So he came and he found his wife. She went to Muhammad. So he came with his two sons from the another wife. So this is two sons he have from different wife. And then she said, which means the wife, by Allah, I have done nothing wrong to him, but he is impotent and he is useless as this to me. Holding her fabric, which means this guy, he cannot have sex. Holding, showing the fring of her garment. Abu Abdurrahman said, by Allah, I can satisfy her, but she is disobedient and wants to go back to Rifa. Allah Messenger said to her, if this is your intention, then you know that it is unlawful for you to this is the Muslim translation, not my translation, to remarry Rifa, unless Abu Abdurrahman had sexual intercourse with you. Then the Prophet said, he saw the two boys of the Abdurrahman and he asked him, are these your sons? Abu Abdurrahman said, yes. The Prophet said, you claim what you claim, which means the guy, he cannot have sex. But Allah, by Allah, those boys resemble him as they resemble the crow. So this is one of the hadith about the story.
Yeah. So what Imam told me was where it says Abdul Rahman has had sexual intercourse with you. That means actually when he marries
No,
with you.
actually in Arabic it does not say
I know.
sexual intercourse. In Arabic it says until he tastes her juice. Here we
Yeah.
go. It says
So
حتى يذوق عسيلتك. And anyone who speak Arabic, you can see in my screen here. So we are not lying. That's what it says. It did not even mention the word intercourse. It says until you taste, he tastes your juice. Now we can go right now to the Arabic dictionary, Arabic English dictionary, and we see what the word asila.
yeah, so that's what I did. I went to I took the picture of Arabic dictionary and then I showed it to Imam. But Imam was like still shouting and screaming at me. I think he thought that was like speaker's corner. He was shouting and screaming at me to tell me why I am making Muhammad look bad.
Yeah, this is the only way to run away from the. Yeah, here we go. I put it in the screen. And then the ones who can see my screen, I just search for the word asila. This is Islamic website, not my website. This is the word asila, and it says asila mean orgasm. As simple as that. So the Prophet says he did not say until you have intercourse. He said until he tests your orgasm.
Okay, that was polite way to put it together. Anyway, so if anyone hasn't read the books, guys, read the books, memorize them, take them to mosque, challenge the imams, challenge the Muslims. It's very funny because some of the things they never read it, and when they read it in somehow it just makes them
Did you see
throw.
what is written in the cover?
Sex and Allah.
Yeah, in the cover, and the verse in the cover.
Oh yeah, that's the 5566.
Yeah.
Restrain whom. Yeah. Do you want me to read it? My English is very bad.
I mean, this is alone is a disaster. What kind of a religion? What kind of religion? This God he described what is inside the women private part, you know, to make us believe in it.
You don't need to be genius to answer that question. It's called Allah, but that's different topic.
Yeah.
So anyway, just wanted to say thank you very much for these works. They are very, very helpful to Christians. Also, it is very helpful for Muslims who never even bother to think about what their religion is teaching. But as I've been harassing you for a long time now, I want you to kind of just tell us a little bit about what does Islamic Paradise is offering to Muslim men when it comes to men or when it comes to boys.
You see, first of all, if we ask ourselves what is the word paradise is coming from in Islam? I mean, the God of Islam, obviously he is not God, because he mixed between what is heaven and what is a garden. As an example, if we go to the Quran and try to find the God of Islam is speaking about heaven, suddenly we will find that Allah he speak about the Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden. And that is all over the Quran. Chapter 9, 72, chapter 13, 23, chapter 16, 31, 18, 31, 19, 61, 35, 33, 38, 50, 48, 8, 61, 12, 90, 99, 98, 8. So all of this is speaking about the Garden of Eden. But how the Garden of Eden came to be in the heaven of Allah? This is showing us that the one who wrote the Quran, not only he is an idiot, he is ignorant, because the Garden of Eden is not supposed to be in the sky. But in Islam, suddenly the Garden of Eden is jumping to be in the sky. And here, if you look at the heaven as an example in chapter 18, verse number 31, you will see how silly this heaven. I know you want to know about the boys, but we want to give introduction to those people who they are trying to understand. If you go to that verse in 1831, you will see it's speaking about that Allah will give me a bracelet of gold, and I will wear a green silk clothes for eternity. and I will be laying down in a couch, and I will have a pillow underneath of me.
Okay, so if just a moment, green is not your favorite color, so your favorite color is red. What are you gonna do?
None of those actually is my favorite color anyway, but I'm just joking with you. But in here,
Like, speak of the argument.
you see,
If
you
it's
see,
not your
this is
favorite
the good
color,
thing about
target
women. You know, like women, they want to know what the color you like. This is not my topic. Focus with me in the heaven. So the heaven is of Islam. It is very silly, very silly. What kind of God he promised me a bracelet in my hand, and I am a man. Why a man when I wear a bracelet? A bracelet of gold, and then I will wear a green silk clothes all my life for eternity. How boring. And not on and he is trying to tempt me, and he say you will be reclining there. I mean, how silly is that? So what does that mean? I mean, this is so here you notice that Muhammad is making fun of us, insulting our intelligence, believing that we are a bunch of fools, and we will believe in such a religion because he promised us a couch, and he promised us a green silk and a bracelet in our hand, and we will have open buffet. Now, if you go to the boys in the heaven, or let us say what Muslims they call them ghulman. First of all, the word ghulman, or I don't know if you know what ghulman mean. What ghulman mean according to your knowledge? Do you know?
I don't know, but can I make a comment before you move to that on Surah 18, verse 31?
Go ahead.
So, my understanding was, of course, I'm not expert. My understanding was Islamic paradise is where men are going to meet with all their desires.
Yes.
Okay. And I haven't met that many men, but I come across only few men who would be happy with green. So if their desire is not green, do you think they have right to ask Allah if they can change the color?
No, that's it. You know, your heaven is fixed. This is what is the heaven. The food you eat, the clothes you wear, it's not up to you. That's it. Even in the heaven of Allah, there's only one kind of meat, which is bird meat. You know, that's it. There's no fish. There's no shrimp. There's no beef. That's it. There's only bird meat. That's it.
So I have to be like kind of different type of vegan in heaven, in Islamic paradise.
Everything is fixed. Everything is already prefixed. Your clothes, your dress, your etc. And the color is not, you know. And the funny that Muhammad, he says whatever they wish, but yet he is telling us exactly what we will wear. You know, what is the wish in the story? When you say to somebody whatever you wish, it's mean whatever you wish. So why you say to him you will wear a green silk? What if I don't want like a green? A green, you will be like in a surgery room, a bunch of surgeons in the hospital, you know, working in your body. Everybody is wearing green, you know.
What about silk? Because there are people who are allergic to silk.
Actually, he did not say the word silk. You see the translation in
It's
there.
right.
It says silk, but the fact it is silk, but it's not really silk as just silk. It is it's like Gucci. You know, the word in Arabic there is istabraqa. Istabraqa, which is a fabric made in Iran, and this fabric, you know, it's very famous. Let us see here. It's very famous. Let us show you on the screen.
I need to make a comment on it.
All right. So the it's a fabric. It's like now you say Gucci, you know. So in the time of Muhammad, if you go to chapter 55, verse number 54, it says that Allah will provide them with couches lined with silk brocade, and this is the same kind of clothes they will wear. So this is a Gucci at the time of Muhammad. Like there was a very famous name of a fabric made in Persia. Muhammad promising his followers, you will get that, which like saying today, you will get Gucci. So obviously this is proving to us that Muhammad is a false prophet again, because imagine God, he promised me Gucci. This is literally, imagine I say to you in a book now, I am a prophet, and my God will give you Gucci. He named it as Gucci. He did not just say, he did not say silk. He said istabraqa. Istabraq is a Gucci at that time as a brand of a fabric made in Iran.
Okay. So what does it say to you about Sunni Muslims? Because Iran is a country where Shia Muslims based.
Yeah, no, but
So
this has nothing to do with Shia and Sunni.
I know, but now Shias took over. So if Muhammad is pointing them, remember Muhammad is like knows everything, is very good guy, is pointing people to Iran. Maybe there is something we can
No,
think.
I believe Muhammad, who worked in trade when he was working for his wife, he knew about this fabric, which is very expensive, and only rich people they can wear it. So Muhammad, he promised his followers that they will wear, they will in the heaven. Allah promised them Gucci. So it's not about the Persian as much. It's about promising them the most or the best he have in his time. People heard about it.
I know, I was trying to make a joke, but
Yeah.
that didn't go well.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway,
Don't worry.
so okay, sorry, I had to stop you there. You were gonna go through the boys.
All right.
I'm asking this because so I have brothers, lots of Christian brothers, and they are asked a lot to convert to Islam. I'm just like trying to find good reasons why a Christian man should not convert to Islam, because it is attractive to have 72 virgins and you can do whatever you want to do, but there are also some negative side of being man in paradise. Therefore, that's why I'm asking this question to you.
You know, first of all, if somebody want to convert to a religion because of sex, I mean, go and convert to Las Vegas, and go and convert to go to San Francisco.
No, Las Vegas is expensive though. I checked the tickets like a couple of months back.
No, the Islam is expensive too. You will spend your life bending upside down, and you wake up early in the morning and you bend down, and then you have to do Hajj, and you might die there. People step on you. 5,000 people last time they were killed. You get diseases, you get all kind of viruses. People kissing the black stone, licking the black stone, all the bacteria and the virus in the world, they come with it. And then you drink the water of Zamzam, which is full of arsenic, which is poisoned, and then you go back home and you will go bingo, you are dead if you survive the Hajj. Now, on the top of that, you spend a lot of money to make Allah happy. It's not for free. Allah will not pay for your ticket. So you have to fly all the way to the Kaaba, even if you are an Indian guy who cannot even pay for your child support. You know, a person who is in India, his income for the whole year is not even $1,000. He have to save at least $7,000 to $8,000 to go and do Hajj. And then in Hajj, either he die, or he will be robbed, or he will get viruses, or people they walk in the top of him, especially when they go around the house of the shaitan. And by the way, shaitan he moved to Australia. He's not there no more. So what the point of this? You know, it's not for free. It's just a false promise and a stupid promise. Otherwise, anyone can make a promise. I can make a promise now. If you believe in me, I will give you heaven. What do you like? Shrimp? Full of shrimp. You know, I will give a promise to everyone fit with his what he like. You know, I can make a better deal than Muhammad deal. People like sex. Okay, a lot of sex, as much as you wish. What do you like? Like art? I will give you a better than Muhammad deal, because Muhammad he forbid art, forbid drawing. In the heaven of Allah, I will give you unlimited paint supply to paint for the rest of your life. So if about promises, if I am a fool and anyone he make a promise for me, I will believe it. That's mean he is a fool, and the fool, nobody can stop him from converting to foolishness. Go and convert, who care? But the question is, if Allah is a true God, why he need to promise me such a silly, stupid promise? Because this is silly and this is stupid, and this is not even a human. We are not a bunch of animals. We are just made. We are made to be sex toys. Same time, what is the point of having sex? Like Muhammad, he speak about 70 years orgasm. So what the difference between 70 years orgasm or 7 minutes? Why it have to be 70 years? What about to make it 700 years? Maybe it's better 700 years. So obviously the promise is foolish, and only foolish can believe in such a promise. And if somebody want to be foolish, go and believe in whatever foolishness you want.
So 1.84 billion Muslims are willing to make a bargain, getting all those 72 virgins, all those like sex, all those kind of things, versus in somehow they don't want to make a bargain on the good things you are offering them.
Well,
That
trust
says
me,
a lot
the
about
one
mind of Islam.
sister, the 1.4 billion Muslims, none of them believe in Islam. If they do, they will do jihad, and this is why they are not doing jihad. Because simply, if they believe in Islam, because the one who do jihad, he will get better versions and he will get higher rank. So obviously, none of them believing in this garbage, and none of them want to get the ranks which is higher, because is the heaven of Allah is 100 floor, and every floor have different rank and different reward. So when you go in the heaven of Allah, if you are a person who did jihad and die for the sake of Allah, Allah will give you a lot better women. But if you are a person who just a Muslim, the lowest heaven, the lowest reward for a Muslim in heaven is 300 boys and 72. This is the lowest.
Yeah.
So
So
why?
that's where I step in. Sorry, that's where my question starts.
Okay.
So Muslim man wants to follow Islam as faithfully as they can, and they want to take the life of non-Muslims in name of Allah, and they end up in this Las Vegas where they are gonna get 72 virgins alongside of 300 boys. What are those boys are gonna do in paradise?
Yeah. First of all, they are not boys.
So what are those 300 things?
The word ghulman is coming from the word ghulma. Ghulma is somebody, I don't know what the equal word in English. Let me see in the translation. Hold on. If somebody, he is an age where he is like a youth, but he is so excited for sex, that is what is ghulma mean. If we go here, actually here we go. This is the word ghulma. This is the word ghulma. This is Islamic dictionary, not my dictionary. This is the word ghulma, where the word ghulam coming from. It says here, oh, this is all the description for the word ghulma. So those ghulman, they are boiling for appetite of sex, sexual desire. So Muhammad is not only promising them that you will have, like here they say, nophomia. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Nephomia, nophomonia. I don't know what to say it. So yeah,
it's not, English is not my expertise.
It's okay, but people, they can see my screen, they can read it. But anyway, this is where the word ghulma is coming from. The word ghulam. So Muhammad is promising them ghulman, not boys, not just boys. They are not, because when you say boys in English, it means maybe he's like 6 years old, or this is not what it says. They are ghulman who they are facing, let us say, they are in a stage of their sexuality is in the top. Their sexual desire and needs is the top human being he can have. So at that age, this is what Muhammad is offering in heaven. Now, why Muhammad is promising them such a person, or such a, if we can call him a young youth, like teenage, who is so horny? What is the point if he is just going to be a servant? There's other hadith where Muhammad, he says,
sorry, you've got 300 of those boys. I'll call them boys because I can't pronounce that Arabic word. And also those of, if anyone is eating, it will make them sick.
Actually, the number, hold on, the number is not really 300. There's a hadith says 300. There's a hadith says 80,000 boy.
In the first floor of paradise.
Yes, this is for the bad Muslim, not for the good Muslim.
Okay.
If you go to Jami' al-Tirmidhi, Jami' al-Tirmidhi, hadith number 2562, it says the least of the people of paradise in position is the one with 80,000 servant, which they are the ghulman, and 72 wives. He shall have a tent made of pearl, etc. And then he described the rest of the accessories. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. maybe it's my English or maybe it's my maths. Something is not matching up. So you have one man, okay? He's got 72 virgin wives and up to 80,000 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's gonna have sex with them, with 72 people each day. Okay. So one day is 24 hours divided 72. Not very good number. And of course, between the times, I don't know, probably like there needs to be rest, there needs to be food being eaten, plus you've got those boys who are in their top level of their sexual desire. Is it my maths is not matching here, or there is like something else going?
No, here actually there's a lot of like stupid promises Muhammad he made, because remember we just mentioned that Muhammad he promised the Muslim he would have an orgasm of 70 years. So that's me. What the benefit of having those 72 if your orgasm will be 70 years? That's mean in order to I mean if the orgasm is the short time compared to the sex time. So let us say if the orgasm is 1% of the sexual relation time, so that means the sexual relation time is going to be what, 500 years. So by the time you finish with the first one is going to be maybe 500 years or 570 years, and then you start with the second one. So in order to finish the 72, maybe it's going to take him maybe 35,000 years.
So
you know what I mean? Because the number
hospital, is there a hospital in Islamic paradise? Because I am assuming man will need hospital or woman will need hospital.
So 70 years orgasm. This is just the orgasm. The orgasm is a short period compared to the sexual period. So if Muhammad is saying it is 70 years, then we have to think about, so how long the sex will be? Well, it's going to be 2 minutes? No way. It's going to be 5 minutes? No way. It would be funny if sex is 5 minutes and the orgasm is 70 years. So if the orgasm is 70 years, the whole process is how long? You know what I mean?
Anyway, it like as a Christian woman, it makes me feel sick. But I don't know how does it make feel Muslim woman, because there was I spoke to a Muslim woman once. She was okay with it.
You know what the Muslim will say to you? I mean, he is that's it. This is his religion. This is his stupid cult. He will change it. He cannot. So he will say it's good. I mean, I'm happy with it. But the fact, I'm sure many of them they have a lot of questions in their head. I mean, what's wrong with this God? What you know? Why sex occupies so much of the head of Allah? He cannot make us happy in different way. I mean, God is almighty and he can make you happy. Happiness is not difficult for God to bring it to you. So if happiness became just sex, then this God must be a sexual God, because he concentrate. If we go and read in the Quran, the only promises is either about gold, silver, clothes, food, and sex. And sex will take a big portion of this heaven. So everything is about the belly and down. There's no heart, there's no love, there's no, you know, what about God created Adam and Eve? So the logic is, if God will provide us with sexuality, then well, one man and one woman, because God, he did not create Adam and 72 Eves or 72,000 Eves. So if this is what God he did in the beginning, why he would do different in the end? It doesn't make sense. So Muhammad, he was trying to tempt his men to die for him. Go and fight and die. And the promises is so cheap. I mean, talk is cheap. I can promise you heaven as you wish. I can promise you the biggest, even Muhammad, he promised a guy that he will have a corner lot in heaven, and he in exchange of his palm tree farm. So Muhammad, obviously, he is a good bargain person. Actually, even the Quran describe Islam as a bargain, as a business. uh, Muhammad, he says, shall I his God told him supposedly, shall I lead you to a bargain, a business, uh, which will bring you to Allah, and get a great reward? It's a bargain, you know. uh, so why Allah he consider believing in him as a business, unless he
So,
is doing a business? Muhammad is a businessman, and he is saying to them, Allah is a business too. You believe in him? Here we go. Read chapter 61, verse number 10. Oh, who you believe, shall I show you a commerce that you will save you from painful doom? It's a business, it's a trade. You give Allah this, he give you Allah that in return.
so let me go back to my Christian brothers who might think it's good offer to buy Islamic paradise or get the Islamic paradise. And some of those brothers are married. Okay, so let's say they end up in Islamic paradise. What are their wives going to get it? If, sake of the argument, their wives made it to the paradise, are they gonna get 72 virgin men? Because equality is important, you know.
Well, there is many hadith Muhammad he mentioned, and remember always, anytime the Muslims they find something embarrassing, they will say it's da'if. Anything is, but da'if is accepted still. So if we
They all
go,
pass the test.
yeah, if we go in the hadith in Jami' al-Tirmidhi, it says, indeed in paradise there is a market which there is no buying nor selling except for images of men and women. So whenever a man desire an image, he enter it. What does that mean? This is the Playboy magazine of Allah. So now in the heaven of Allah, the heaven, the sexuality is not a sexuality about man sleeping with women only. It is a magazine. There's a magazine store, big mall. There's nothing there. There's no fruits, there's no vegetables, there's no clothes, only images, pictures, Playboy. And then the customer is a man. There's no women customer there. So the sellers, the one who is going to buy is a man. And if the man desire an image, he enter it, which means he will have sex with it. But the images are images of what? Images of men and women. So Islam clearly speak about homosexuality in the heaven of Allah, and it's widely promoted, and they have no problem with it. Actually, I have a video, I don't know if you heard it before, where a guy, many of them actually, they speak about sex in Islam, and the person, he said, there's no problem. What's your problem? Yes, in heaven there is no sin. A man, he can even have, I asked him, so you can have sex with your mother? He said, so what? Why you don't understand? There's no sin in heaven.
I do get as well.
Sorry?
Oh, is that my, I can hear my voice back. I do hear that a lot as well. Muslim men don't see there is any issue that they might have sex with their sisters or with their mothers, even if with their grandmothers.
Yeah, because simply heaven in Islam is nothing but it's a hippie house, like the hippie revolution in the 60s, where European people, they decide to go wild, and they want to just have a free sex as they wish, anytime they wish, in the beach. There's no need for marriage. We can share men and women. So Islam is very much advanced before that. But the reason for Islam to be like that, as long as you have my book, if you go in the first volume, you will see the Arab, they used to have many kind of marriages. Correct?
Yeah.
Many. And many of those marriages based in exchanging women. Exchanging women. So Muhammad, he understand that pleasure, because I believe strongly that Muhammad himself, he used to exchange women. This is why in the Quran it says, like if you go in the Quran chapter of Al-Ahzab, where Muhammad, Allah, he says, supposedly Allah said to Muhammad, not Muhammad saying it to himself, that any woman, she want to give herself to the Prophet so he can have sex with her. And then Muhammad, after that in verse number 52, it says, it's not allowed for you to change or exchange. This is the translation the Muslims they have. So how you can exchange women? I mean, how you can change a woman? You see here, it did not say divorce. He says you cannot change or exchange. Exchange in Arabic, to beddel. There's a huge difference between divorce and change. Divorce, she's gone. You
I'm
know?
not that much surprised on that, because isn't it the same God who tells when husband doesn't need his wife anymore, you can marry him? So in the mind of Allah, human beings are an object which you just buy it from the shop and you can turn it and give it back.
Yeah, but here the idea is why the Quran is saying to Muhammad you cannot change or exchange. But here, like this is Yusuf Ali, I will read it for the Muslims, and I'm not using my translation. It is not lawful for thee uh, uh, between two brackets to marry more women after this, nor to change them for other wives. How you can do change other way? You see, it's not allowed for you to marry more women, nor to change them for other wives. What was happening here, obviously, that Muhammad at that time and the Muslims, they are practicing a change in wives, and changing wives is not a divorce. Changing wives is you take my wife, I take yours for a period of time, and this is what the Arab used to do before that. So Muhammad, obviously, he still enjoy changing wives, the same as the Arab used to do so. This is why when a Bedouin man, he came to Muhammad and he said to him, give me al-Humayra, you know, the Aisha, they call him the blondie. So Muhammad, he said, but she is the mother of the believers. Muhammad, he did not take his sword to fight him, and I am the prophet, I will kill you. No, he was, it's okay. And then Aisha, she said to him, who is this guy who can say such a thing to you? Muhammad, he said, he is a fool we have to obey, which means if he insists to take you, he will, and I will give you to him. So so sexuality in Islam is beyond just it's not just like you know, heaven and even in earth. I mean, is earth is different from heaven in Islam? All of it is about sex.
Let me ask you a question. I'm guessing you've been Christian long enough. How, may I ask, like, how old are you? Are you like in your 30s, 40s, 80s?
I'm very old, even you know.
Okay, I'll think you are in your 70s.
Yeah, 80, 90, can say.
Yeah, I'll go with 70s.
Okay.
For last 70 years,
Right.
how does it make you feel as you read these verses as man, and hearing Allah does give you right to exchange your wife with someone else's wife?
Well, first of all, here you see always the story have two sides. There's the guy who will take the wife, and there's the guy who will lose the wife. So Muhammad always the one who will take the wife. You see, you remember the story where Muhammad, he took the wife of his own son, right?
Yeah.
So in the story, Zayd, he is younger than Muhammad, and Muhammad is the old guy, but yet the younger is the loser, and the older is the winner. So Zayd, he been forced to divorce his wife, so Muhammad, he can have her. So age will not change the fact that everything in Islam is about a winner and a loser, and always Muhammad have to be the winner when it's come to sex. You, even if you are the son of Muhammad, you are not safe. Your wife is not safe from him. And even Ibn al-Arabi, in the interpretation, they says that Ibn al-Arabi, he said, if the prophet his eyes fall into a woman, her husband, he must divorce her immediately, so the prophet he can have her. So Muhammad, I believe, in certain point his reputation became so horrible, and he wanted to fix it to make it look like, okay, you know what, I became a good guy, I'm not going to exchange wives no more, I'm not going to be the playboy, you know me, anymore. So In the chapter of Al-Ahzab, after he made the verse where it says that any Muslim woman, she can give herself to the Prophet so he can have sex with her. After that, Muhammad, he came, oh, okay, you know what, Allah, he told me after that I cannot change women, because people, they start talking about what kind of a prophet this prophet is. And that's why, if you remember, Aisha, she said to Muhammad, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see that your God, he rush into your desire, Muhammad, sexual desire. Now, why Aisha, she said that? She is the wife of the prophet, she is not a stranger. But if Aisha, she is not stupid, she is observing, and she learned that her husband is a sexual predator, and he will use God as a puppet for his sexual desire. So women, they start offering themselves to the prophet to sleep with him. And Aisha, she said, I felt jealous of the women who offered themselves to Allah Messenger, and said, then when Allah the Exalted, the Glorious, revealed this, you may differ between any of them as you wish, and take to yourself any you wish, and if you desire any of you have set aside, no sin chargeable for you. So Aisha here, she noticed, oh, not only he made verses that a woman, she can give herself, but now Muhammad, he make other verses saying that if a woman, she don't look good for Muhammad, he don't like to sleep with her, Allah gave him, or he make a verse obviously saying, oh, the one I don't like, I can't say, oh, stay aside, the one I like will come to the bedroom. So Aisha, she said, it seemed to me that your Lord hastened to satisfy your desire.
So in simpler way, it makes you feel double sick.
In simple way, it make me feel that you know, Satan is exist. You know, because this is what Satan do. You know, I will not make the Satan make me sick, because I know he is what he is, but this is a proof that Satan is there. Because you see, a person who claimed to be a prophet of God, and then he tried to take advantage of his followers, specifically women. Obviously, he is a cult leader. All cult leaders in the world, they share one thing: they are sexual predators. They are going after their followers. So you believe in me, I'm going to sleep with you if you believe in me. And this is exactly what Muhammad did. If Muhammad was a good person, and he is a prophet of God, and the Muslim, they say he is the most decent, good man, then why he needed, he have already 13 wives, so why he needed verses saying any woman, she can give herself to the prophet? Why? He is short of women, he is short of sex, he cannot find a wife. He have 13 already, and he have many sex slaves, you know, and even his wives, they get him busted having sex with Mary the Copt in their bed. So why he needed all those women?
Okay, so Muhammad had lots of wives, he had sex slaves, but still he need extra people to meet up with his sexual desire, and he's offering that sexual desire for his followers when they get to paradise. Go back to those boys in paradise. I'm really curious about what are those boys are gonna do in paradise.
Well, the Muslims, they say that those boys are going just to serve us. But
what they're gonna serve with their like all high, I don't know what is the term for that, high level of their ready to have sex desire. I don't know what is the term for that.
Let us analyze what the Muslim, they will say to us first. The Muslim, they will say no, they will not have sex with them. They will just serve you. Okay. Now, there's a video on YouTube published by the Dean Show, and the guy who speak there, his name is Dr. Dermelli. I forgot his first name. People, they can search for it. It's called The Description of Paradise, and he says in the heaven, if you wish something, is going to be in front of you right away, which means not the servant will bring it to you. Like if you see a bird in the sky, you say Subhanallah, and the bird will be cooked in a dish in front of you. When you finish eat, there's no dirt, it's gone.
So why do you need servants then?
This is the question then. So why we need, what servant will do? And imagine, not only that, in the heaven of Allah, your clothes will never go wrinkles, and you will never take a shower, and there's no dirt, and there's no dust, and there's no cleaning, and there's no sweat, and even there's no sperm in some stories they say. So what the servants are for, what they will do? This is the question the Muslims cannot answer. The Quran says that those servants, they will go around them serving them, and they have cup of wine, and then it says la yanzifun, and they will not bleed. Now the Muslim, they say the word bleeding there is about not about bleeding from like using blood, it's about getting drunk. But why the boys will get drunk? It is the masters who would drink, not the boys, you know.
So in today's society, servants wouldn't sit down and then eat with their master. I am assuming in Islamic paradise where man doesn't need anything, like they don't even need servant, still they do get those boys.
You see, if you watch this video, I encourage people to watch it so they can laugh. The guy, he said you will have 80,000 boys serving you. Now 80,000 boys
To one man.
and yeah, for one man only. And then this man, he, if he wish something is going to be in front of him before even he say. So what the boy would do, it is silly, it is stupid, and the Muslims, they try to get away with this promises. At the same time, isn't it, this is a child abuse? Let us say they are
But
youth.
slavery is all right though in Islam.
It's all right, yeah, but
Yeah, so
but,
they wouldn't complain about
but those who claim that Islam is a good religion and Islam is have ethic, I mean, where is the ethic in this? Allah will enslave for eternity a bunch of youth, and their job is to serve me a cup of wine for eternity. If they will not have sex according to Muslims, let us say, I'm going to the Muslims claim, let us say they will not have sex with them, they will just serve us wine. So is it right to enslave 80,000 little youth just to serve me wine? 80,000, how many cup of wine I would drink a day? I mean, why 80,000?
Sorry, my brain sometimes just most of times doesn't work. So you've got those 80,000 boys who are high in their sexual desire, okay, and all of their job is to just serve you wines, 80,000 wines in one go. That's a lot of wine. That's a lot of kids, a lot of boys. And I am very curious why Muhammad needed to express how high was their sexual desire.
Well,
what do you think?
Well, you know, it's not only a lot of wine. I mean, this is stupid. I mean, what you see, like if heaven is heaven, can't heaven be perfect without having a youth next to my bed? 80,000. I mean 80,000, they have to be mute to enjoy my day. 80,000, they don't talk. 80,000, they don't blink. 80,000, they don't even make a sound when they walk, because if you have 80,000 chicken and they walk around without talking, without making buck, 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 they would drive you crazy by the sound of their feet. So you have 80,000 youth. This is an army. You can fight, and you can, you know, there's some countries until now they don't have 80,000 soldier. So 80,000 just to serve me wine.
Well, life must be very hard in paradise, Christian friends. You can guess, like having lots of sex for long times, you need lots of drinks, and you need those sexually high boys to serve you drinks.
For me, I see it very, very silly, and it's an insult to our brain, like how anyone can believe in such a garbage. I mean, 80,000 little boys, and they are youth, and they are horny, and they will be and not only that, the Quran could describe them, they are white like pearls. Why they have to be white like pearls? Why they have to be so beautiful? You know what? So obviously the man is enjoying their beauty too. Otherwise, why I need those boys who they are youth, who they are very horny, why they have to have such a look, such a face, and such a design? It doesn't make sense. But the whole idea is promises is cheap, and Muhammad is speaking to a bunch of Bedouin. The Bedouin, the Arab, they love sex, they love to drink, they love even the Quran. Muhammad himself, he was a heavy drinker, him and Umar al-Khattab and all the Muslims, to the point he became the joke of the town. Everybody, when the Muslims they pray and they are drunk. So Muhammad, after the people start making fun of him, he come with a chapter 4 verse number 43, where it says Allah told Muhammad, supposedly, for sure this is Muhammad, he said to the Muslims, "Oh, who you believe, approach not prayer when you are drunk." So imagine how much they are obsessed with drinking, those Arab in the time of Muhammad, to the point they cannot pray. They are, when they go to pray, they are falling apart. So they are a bunch of drunken people. So Muhammad, he did not forbid that until he himself cannot drink, and then he says the wine is haram. Now here you will see the contradiction. Why wine in earth is bad, and why wine in heaven is good?
I know
Especially,
the answer to this question.
sorry.
I know the answer to this question.
All
Would you
right,
like me to answer?
go ahead.
So, according to an imam who I spoke, he said Allah wants us to control ourselves in this world, and then we will get the wines in paradise because we deserve it by controlling. And my response to that was, morality of Allah changes while people are in this world. His morality gets worse when people end up in paradise.
But the Muslims don't control anything. The Muslims, Muhammad, he legalized all adultery and he make it legal, including prostitution. Like, is a prostitution haram in Islam? It's not.
No, that's why we do have lots of grooming gangs in UK. I'm not sure if you heard of it, thanks to teachings of Islam.
I don't know what is that, but prostitution in Islam, uh, as long you are using your slaves, it is halal. Chapter 24, verse number 33, it says that force not your maids, who they are your slaves, into prostitution if they desire not to do so. But however, if you force them, Allah is all merciful and forgiving. There's no punishment in Islam for any Muslim if he use his slave. She have to be a slave, not a free woman. If he use a slave he own for prostitution, it is legal, it is halal, and there's no problem with that. And the only condition here in the verse it says, force them not if they choose. Which means if you ask her, do you like to do prostitution, and she says, "Hey, good for me," then business is good. However, even if you force them, Allah is all merciful. The Muslim, they say Allah is merciful for them. Okay, but what is the punishment for prostitution in Islam? You see, the verse doesn't say never do prostitution. The verse is so clear. It says force them not to do prostitution if they choose. If they choose not to do prostitution, and if you force them, Allah is all merciful. So where Muhammad he says prostitution is forbidden? Nowhere. The verse is so clear. So same time for the muta. You know the muta, right?
Yeah. Let me just comment on that. Surah 24. So in England, it's been almost a decade now. Mainly Muslim, mainly followers of Islam, not Muslim, mainly people who follow the teachings of Islam and identify themselves as people who fast during the Ramadan, who goes to Friday prayers. They pick those young white British girls, mainly British, and then they use those girls, they sold those girls, and they make money from those girls. We call it, like, it's been all over the news, identified as grooming gangs.
But how they get those girls? I don't understand. What they marry them? What they do?
No, so they pick up those girls from the, like, after school, or those girls go to shop to buy the things, and then they start giving those girls gifts. From that, they are building relationships, they are grooming the girls. And then from that, the girls kind of start, oh yeah, he's my friend. And those people are pretty old when you compare with the age of those children. Youngest child was 9 years old, and then until it goes until 15. I did meet some of the girls who's been groomed, and the way they've been treated by Muslims. If one of the girls wanted to give up and didn't want to kind of be friend with these Muslim men, they were told they will family will hurt one of the girl. They nailed her tongue on the table if she goes back to if she leaves this gang. It's overall like very sad, ugly. But when we see those Surah 24 verse 33, it makes sense for us why Muslims are using those mainly white British girls to make money from them, because apparently Allah is all merciful and all forgiving. Allah doesn't have any problem.
I don't want to blame a cult like Islam for what's happening here, because it's a cult and everything is halal. Especially it is not, you know, they cannot do that to Muslim girls. They are doing it only to non-Muslims. So we understand who they are. But I want to blame the society in England. I mean, where is the parents? Where is the family? Where is the mother? Where is the father? Where is the government? Where is the police? Obviously, there's something wrong there.
So family is already broken. So, social services didn't do their job. Police didn't want to offend Muslim community.
Okay, that's mean England is doomed. I mean, you see a guy is kidnapping a child, forcing her into sex business, and then you don't want to offend. What kind of a country? This country is gone.
Country needs Jesus.
The country is gone. This England is became a doomed country. So I don't blame a criminal for being a criminal. You know, crime can take place if there's no protection, especially for the young one. So don't blame the criminal only, blame those who allowed the crime to happen. And obviously there's somebody, the criminal here is not only those who commit the crime, is the government, is the parents, is the society who allow such a thing to happen.
Yeah, like everyone has responsibility and everyone did their part is wrong, but still there is an ideology out there gives right to their followers to abuse, buy and sell people who do not share their ideology. That's very ugly and wrong.
Yeah, we know that, but what I'm saying, I know what Islam is about, and I know Islam allowed to take advantage of those who they are not Muslims. But there is other kind of criminals who don't care about religion too, and they would do that. However, if you don't provide protection in any society, the weak ones always, they will be the victims. And obviously the society in England is suffering from a big problem, and the problem is very simple. There is no protection. So Muslims, they have their religion where it allowed in them, you cannot kill a Christian if he is protected, and because he's paying the jizya. But if he is not, you can steal his money. And the same for their women. So they are practicing Islam. Nothing strange here. I mean, if they take those girls and they do to them what they did, we know what Islam is about. But the question is, how will that happen? So I don't want to blame the Muslims only for what they do or those criminals. I want to blame the whole society. This is a stupid society, sadly. And when people lose their honor, there's nothing else to lose.
When people give up on God, this is what happens.
Well, not only they give up in God, obviously they give even up in normal things a human being he have. I mean, honor. I mean, if you don't have an honor for your children, and I mean, even cats, even chicken defend their babies. So what happened to those rich people? They are not even chicken no more. You know what I mean? Like
So
if you try to take a chicken, a little chick from her mother, and she is a chicken, she will attack you and she will die to defend her chick. So if a chicken defend her baby, what about those people? What's wrong with them? Obviously, this society have something wrong with it. You know, if I have a child or a daughter, and somebody want to do that to her, you know, I will go crazy. I'm not going to let anyone even get close to my daughter. Obviously, there is something wrong, you know. And always Satan, my dear sister, always Satan, he find his place when there's a place for him. If there's no place for him, he cannot get in. So this society welcoming Satan. Actually, England became the nest of Satan, because every terrorist in the world, he want to run away, he asked for asylum, England give him asylum.
okay, I'm not gonna comment on that. So can I ask another question?
Sure.
Just changing the topic.
All right.
So I hear from mainly from Muslims, Muhammad was very good man and he's like very good example. And one of the good thing Muhammad did was feeding a cat. Apparently he gave milk to cat. Do you know where this comes from?
Well, you know, the strange is Muhammad, he gave milk to a cat, and there's a hadith says a guy who gave water to a dog, he will go to heaven. Okay, when you hear this, you think that Muhammad was like a guy who believe in Buddha, like he's a Buddha guy, you know, and like he's a spiritual, and he was wearing a robe around himself, and he carry an umbrella in the top of his head, and his name is the Dalai Lama, you know. But isn't Muhammad the same guy who said kill all the dogs?
The black ones, yeah.
No, all the dogs. No, not only the black one. In the beginning, he said kill all the dogs. But when people they start complaining, he switched to the black dog only, because people they have guard dog, they need dogs. Nobody can live without dogs at that time. So dogs at that time, it was a necessity, it's not a luxury. So in the beginning, Muhammad, he ordered to kill all the dogs. And here we ask ourselves, if Muhammad he ordered to kill all the dogs, how a person can believe that Muhammad he gave a cat a milk and he was a very nice person? It was narrated, and this is Sahih Hadith, the Messenger of Allah raised in his voice and commanded that dogs to be killed, and dogs were be killed, except for hunting dogs or dogs kept for herding livestock. So all dogs were killed. And by the way, this is only after adjustment. In the beginning, Muhammad he ordered to kill all dogs with no exception. Sahih Muslim. Let us show the hadith number so people will not say we are making things up.
Do you mind sharing your screen, Christian friends?
Yeah.
Are you sharing your screen?
Or you want me to share in my Skype, you mean?
No, like I'm.
Yeah, you can share my video. Yeah, no problem. You can share. Sahih Muslim 1570, hadith number A. Or you know, it says Ibn Umar said, Allah Messenger reported Allah Messenger giving command for killing dogs. So Muhammad he ordered to kill the dogs, and then when the people they start complaining, he switched. He said, okay, kill only those who they are not herding and not guarding. So anything else you kill. So why Muhammad, if he is a nice person, want to kill dogs? And Muhammad actually he says, if not the dogs are nation like other nations, I will order to kill them all. You know why?
Okay. Do you have any pets? Do you have any dogs or cats?
No, I don't have.
Guinea pig or anything?
No, I don't have. No.
So I've got 3 dogs. Okay.
All right.
Like they are seriously very lovely. And one of them is puppy. She just chooses everything. Other ones are like little bit older. I look into their eyes, and when I remember Muhammad wants them dead, it doesn't give me that much nice feelings about Muhammad. Do you think my feelings are correct?
Well, dogs, they have a special sensation, and they can sense evil, you know. So uh, because they can sense evil, I believe Muhammad, he hated them. Each time they see Muhammad, they sense evil in him.
They start barking.
Well, obviously there's something. I mean, why the guy, he is ordering to kill dogs? I mean, he is a Bedouin man, live in the desert, and everybody need a dog. So a dog, he bark anyway. If we see a stranger, he would do that. But so why you hate all the dogs? Doesn't make sense, you know. So as you see here, I'm showing the hadith in the screen. People, they can see it.
Yep.
And this is hadith number 1573a. It says that Muhammad, he ordered kill all the dogs, and then he made an adjustment. Then he permitted keeping the dogs for hunting and protection. So there is no need for any man. I mean, dogs are very beautiful animals, you know. What if a dog, he is weak, he cannot protect you, but you like him to stay alive, and he is a cute, you know, he's funny, the kids are playing with him. According to Muhammad, we kill him.
That's just heartbreaking. I'm
Yeah.
double heartbroken about
And
it.
you know, this kind of a person, obviously he have a mental illness, because you know, I can be maybe a person, he have a phobia from dogs. Maybe one day when he was a kid, he was bitten by a dog, but that is not an excuse, you know, to kill all the dogs. That's stupid, actually, you know. So
Dogs are very faithful.
dogs are very faithful, and they are always the best of friend for a human being. I mean, if a guy, he lost in the middle of nowhere, which one you prefer, to have to be by yourself or to have a dog with you? For sure you will have a dog. So dogs never been a problem. Now, there's sure, for sure there's some bad dogs, you know, but there's bad human too, you know. If a dog, he bite, there's a human they kill. Should we kill all human? You know what I mean? So
Welcome to the world of
why we
Islam.
need? And then you will see here the superstition of Muhammad. When Muhammad, he says that the black dog, and then he switched to the black dog, and he says you kill not only black dog, any pure black animal. You need to ask yourself, what is the phobia about the black color? Why?
Sorry, CP, sorry. I was told that you are not showing your screen on your channel. Is that correct?
No, now it's showing. Now it's showing.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So the Messenger of Allah said, if it were not that dogs were part of a nation among the nation, then I would order that all of them to be killed. Now here we need to ask ourselves, why Muhammad, he hated dogs so much, and then why he switched to say kill the dogs which is a pure black. They ask him, what is the distinguish between a yellow dog and white dog from a black dog? He said the black dog is the devil, is shaitan. So Muhammad, obviously, he believed that black color is the color of Satan. So you kill this is why in the Middle East, you will not see, if there's a black horse, he is totally black, they will kill him if he's totally black, because
I've got three dogs and two of them are black.
Sorry, you had what?
I've got 3 dogs and 2 of them are black.
Well, you know, those are the enemy of Allah. You know,
I believe my dogs are made for heaven, but anyway, not for paradise.
Yeah, well, I don't think dogs deserve to go to the paradise of Allah anyway. I mean, it's not nice for them. But here you will notice that this person, he have a mental issue. I mean, a person who is little wise, he should understand that those are poor animals, you know, and we should not kill a dog because he's black or just because he's a dog. That is not only any human unjust. This is an evil. It's stupid. It's stupid to believe that a black dog is Satan just because he's black. So how in the world Muslims, they can believe in a man like this to be a prophet who tell them about the right and wrong? Isn't it obvious that this is wrong?
I would love to see what the animal lovers will say in 21st century.
Well,
But that's just a different
you
topic.
see, a human being, he always was in love with dogs since the beginning of time. This is why dog is the best friend of a human or a man. So uh, to come with such an argument that dogs are bad and dogs should be killed, it's exposing a kind of mental illness for this person.
So just go back to my question on Muslim reasoning that Muhammad was very good man because he fed the cat. So you, like, how long have you been looking into Islam? So you are 70. Can we say like last 60 or 65 years?
Sometime I have over 100 now. You know, by
Yeah.
knowledge. No, look, listen. If Muhammad nice to cats, why he is not nice to human?
Oh, well, so just a moment. How long have you been studying Islam? Over 70 years?
You know, no, you know, let us say.
Okay, I'll ask much simple if you don't want to share your age. Have you got gray hairs yet?
You see the woman questions.
Well, if you've got gray hairs, that means Islam gave you gray hairs.
I don't know. Last time I looked at the mirror, it was long time ago. So don't ask me those questions.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, maybe I don't even have hair. How you know? Maybe I'm like Sam Shamoon.
Like, doesn't matter you've got hair or not. God still loves you, and
Yes.
Lord Jesus Christ died for you.
But
I just wanted to find out.
Yeah, listen to me.
I'm assuming you've been studying Islam for a long time.
It's not about how long you study, it's about how deep you study. There's many people, they study, you see, there's working hard and there's working smart. There's a person who works so hard, but he cannot accomplish. And there's somebody, he works smart, little, than the one who works so hard. So we need to work smart, not only hard.
Okay, in your smart studying, have you got what would be your top 10 things, like if you force and really force that you come across that Muhammad was a good man because these top 10 things?
Well, there's the top good things about Muhammad are evil, because if Muhammad, he did give milk to a cat, what about Muhammad letting the women who insulted him and she is over 80 years old, let her go instead of cutting her to pieces? That's mean Muhammad is mentally ill, because you are merciful to the cat by giving her milk, but yet a woman over the age of 80, you cut her to pieces when she's alive. So that is a proof that Muhammad is mentally ill, because this is not a mercy, that's a madness. Like there's a guy who is a king who give his cat a milk, but then he throw you to the cat to eat you. His cat is a tiger. You know what I mean? So I have a cat and she is a tiger, and then I give my cat a milk, and now my cat, she is licking my fingers, and then after that I am so merciful to the point I will throw a human being in front of my tiger because the tiger is hungry. So now I am merciful. So Muhammad, he sacrificed mankind, yet they call him a merciful prophet. How many millions of people get killed because of Muhammad? Muhammad, he did give milk to the cat. But the question, how many millions can get killed because of Muhammad? So saving, so the Muslims are trying to fool us, saying Muhammad, he saved the cat, he killed millions. This is the point. My prophet is so good, he gave milk to the cat, but he crucified people, and he put nails in their eyes, and he put them in the cross, and he cut their hands, and he cut their feet, and he put nails in their eyes, and he is merciful by giving milk to a cat.
I am glad that there is something, since we are in the same page. I thought pretty hard, but I couldn't even find any nice thing about Muhammad.
Well,
not good at all.
You see, Muslims, they can, you see that when a person is desperate, he try to find something to make Muhammad look nice. So they start quoting stories which we find it actually hilarious. Like as an example, the Muslim, they say that there was a Jewish guy, he piss always and he throw garbage in the door of the Prophet. All right, this is a story we hear it always. There's a Jew guy, he always but where we can find this story? Who is the Muslim want to show me the story? There's no reference for the story. A Jew, he used to come to the Prophet and he pissed in the door of the Prophet and they throw garbage in the Prophet, and the Prophet one day his son blah blah blah. Okay, I want to see the story. So Muslims, they fabricate tons of stories about their Prophet, but all the reference saying that Muhammad obviously is an evil person. Imagine Muhammad, the one who did feed the cat, he gagged the eyes of a human being. He put nails in fire and he gagged their eyes. So how he is a merciful person, even if somebody want to be punished?
Is that the story where Muhammad made people to drink camel urine? Is that story?
Yes, this is the same story. Yeah, this is the same story. But what about, you know, putting nails in their eyes? I mean, okay, let us say somebody, he deserved to be punished. But what kind of punishment will reach out to the point I'm going to put nails, a piece of irons in the fire, and then I will push those iron when you are alive in your eyes? This is a horror movie. Imagine if we can record Muhammad doing that.
Very peaceful man, very mercy to the world.
So we will make a movie, and the movie showing in the beginning Muhammad giving milk to the cat, and there's a romantic music in the background. And then in the second part of the movie, the Prophet is cutting hands and feet and crucifying people in the cross, and then they bring in nails, he heat it in fire, and he push it inside the eyes of those people when they are alive screaming, and then he let them die slowly. So here we go. This is Muhammad, who he did give milk to the cat. So you know, I believe Hitler, he used to have a cat too. You know, and he burned 6 million Jews, but he have a cat.
Okay, I'm changing the topic. So go back to the paradise. I'm curious about paradise. It's not because I want to end up there, because I concern for Muslims who are hoping to end up there. So we do have those virgins. We do have those boys who are like hyper with their sexual desire. They are serving all those wines, yet they're not gonna get drunk. What else do we have in this paradise? What is paradise is offering Muslim women if they ever make to paradise, since they are not clever enough?
Muhammad, he promised that Muslim women, there will be 70 time more beauty. But I find that this is very stupid promise, and I will explain in the screen why this is very stupid for those who want to use their brain. Imagine, let me do this in the screen. We have a woman, her name is Fatima. I'm typing in Arabic. Fatima. And then another woman, her name is Khadija. And then another woman, her name is Aisha. All right. So 3 women, and the 3 of them, they are Muslims. The first one, her beauty is 1 compared to the one after it, which means the one after it is twice more pretty, and the one after it is three times more beauty from the first one. Okay. Now if we give a beauty to all of them 70 times, you will notice that nothing change, because Fatima, she will be 70 times more pretty, and Khadija will be 140 times more pretty.
So people are not pretty enough in this world,
and
and Allah is giving them anti-aging creams and making them pretty in equal level.
no, what I'm saying, nothing changed.
I know.
Nothing
That's the
changed.
issue.
You still, excuse me, I don't like to use this word. I mean, like people they say ugly, but let's use it as a street word. So if she was ugly in earth, she is ugly in heaven still, because Fatima, she will go to heaven, and still Aisha, she is 210 times more beauty than her, and Khadija, she is now 140 times, and now she is 70 times. So it is still the same. So what the point?
And are they going to watch over their husband go and sleep with other people?
Oh yeah, they are Allah will take the jealousy from their heart. So in the heaven, women, they will be like sex toys. They don't have feeling. So this is why they have no jealousy. They don't get jealous.
That's not very good at all, because if you love someone, that you directly become jealous.
No, those women, they don't love the man. They don't even know the man. They never met the man.
But they will be, weren't they their wives in this world? I'm talking about